Hi, David Brooks here. Today I'm going to do, as promised, a full meal for a family of 4. I'm buying all the stuff from Aldi. The menu is going to consist of a chili con carne with rice and a pudding of peach rice, which is an invention of my own. The entire cost of the ingredients is just over £10. I think it was £10.40 for the entire ingredients, and I won't even be using all of the ingredients. For example, I bought some garlic powder. I'll probably use about 1/10 of that, so I'm going to adjust the cost based on what percentage of the products I've used, which should bring the price down to a little bit more. So we'll see how it goes, and we will see how nice a meal and how big a meal you can get from Aldi for a family of 4 for probably under £10. So you're going to see me show you the ingredients, and then I'm going to put it in a pot, cook it all up, and then serve it with the pudding, display the whole thing just to show you how much food you can get for a small amount of money. And I'm going to taste it, and hopefully it's going to taste at the very least acceptable, hopefully surprisingly delicious. Right, so here's the ingredients. It came to £10.49 for the entire ingredients, but such things like these onions here, I've already used one. There were 6 in there, and I just look at my receipt here. The onions came to 99p, and that's for 6. And I'm going to be using one. The pudding, it's tinned. Peach slices, rice pudding. Now I like rice pudding. I like ambrosia rice pudding actually, but you know, it may not be as good as that. But with the peach slices, I chop them up and I mix it all in. Right, so I'll chop up the onion first. I tend to cut the ends off. About 100 different ways of doing onions, but I like it this way. I cut it and then I cut it in half. Then I'll peel off the outer layer. Get the bits off. Take off the outer layer. Right, next is this. Everyday Essentials beef mince, 25% fat, British Farm Welfare Standards. So there's half a bag left for another time. So, I mean, I like things fairly hot. You may not. I'll rinse them under the tap because they've got a few bits of blackness on them. But I've used these chilies before. They're okay. They're not as hot as you might think. Well, I didn't think they were anyway. Now I probably said that and they'd blow my head off. But they're not as. I mean, I leave the seeds in as well because I do like things quite spicy. But I haven't found these too hot. Sometimes you get chilies and they look innocent, especially the tiny little bird's eye ones, and they are really hot, some of them. But I haven't found these to be hot. They've got that hot smell when you cut them. You think they're going to be extremely, you know, powerful, but in the cooking, not so much. That's the mince, the onion, the chilies, all cooking in nicely. I will now add the chopped tomatoes, and the kidney beans. Stock cube. 12 in a pack. Never actually used these stock cubes before, but we do various different types. There you go, that's what it looks like. Just and the other thing is the garlic granules, which this contains 52 grams. Now I'm just going to put a teaspoon, 1 teaspoonful in, which is I believe 5 grams, so that's about 1/10. roughly a tenth. And there we go, that's about a tenth of whatever that cost. Give it another stir. Oh, the smell coming off this now, really nice, and it's looking really nice as well. Right, add a bit of water, just so it got just a bit of water there, just so it's got some liquid, which it can now reduce while it's cooking, so we're getting too dry or burning. Bit of salt. I'm also going to put a bit of chili powder in, which I already had, because initially I was going to get some a seasoning sachet from Aldi to put in there, chili con carne sachet, but they didn't have any. So I'm going to add it into the recipe and the pricing, because if you try it then you probably find some in your shop, but so I'm going to add that price in even though I'm not using it, and I'm just going to whack a bit of this chili powder I've already got. Okay, so give it a bit more of a chili flavour. Right, well, the water's been put on for the rice and it's now boiling. It's a kilo of rice, and it says use 75 grams per person, which would make it 4 people 300. So 1, 2, 3, 4, back down to there. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, oh, more, what's more? 1, 2, oh, more. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'll put a bit extra in, but never mind. That's just over. That's about 100 grams each, which I think's perfectly reasonable. So that's looking good. Nice, bubbling away. We have now done. I've dished up. I've put it into containers. I've rinsed the rice off so it's all nice and fluffy. That did actually take about 10 minutes, almost exactly, which I was very surprised about. Now I'm doing a dish up. I think you can see there's just by the side of my hand, there's a big bowl, and that's a big dish. That's the biggest casserole dish I've got. I'm just going to serve up one meal, and I'm going to save the rest of it for later on. But that's a normal, you might call that a spaghetti bowl or a soup bowl, I don't know. I'm not an expert on the types of bowl, but I'm going to dish myself up a full bowl full of this, and you can see what's left, and then I'm going to taste it. Right, try and have a quarter of this. That's a lot of rice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's 5 spoonfuls. That's not even, probably not even a quarter, to be honest. I think, and look at that. And that does look like as good a chilli as you're likely to get. 3 spoons, 4 spoons, 5 spoons, 6 spoons, 1 for that. I mean, come on. That's probably about a quarter, I'd say. So, the moment of truth. I nearly forgot the cheese. Poured it into this bowl. Again, plenty of cheese there. I'm just going to put a bit on there. I don't think I'm going to need a quarter of that. Really only going to need a couple of teaspoons. So, to be honest, I reckon that cheese would easily cover 10, maybe more meals. So I'm going to try it now. Stick a bit of black pepper on there. just a little bit. And let's try it. It's a great big, quite heavy bowl of chili con carne with a bit of cheese on it, plenty of rice. And that is not even a quarter of what I've made there. Considering that was not expensive rice, that's cooked to perfection. And it said 10 minutes, I thought it's going to take a lot longer, but no. Maybe it took 11 possibly at the most, just to make sure it's nice and soft. But the chili con carne itself is absolutely, you know, look at that. You wouldn't get better than that in a restaurant, I don't think. The flavour of that meat, because it was a 25% fat, has got so much more flavour. You try and get a flavour like that out of 5% beef, you can't. You can't do it. The beans, which I think the tin cost, well, not many, number 20, 30p, 40p maybe. Delicious. Even the chopped tomatoes didn't have all those nasty yellowy, greeny and end bits that a lot of chopped tomatoes that cost a lot more do have. The cheese, you know, I think I might just have a little bit more cheese. A little bit more cheese on there. But that is a full meal for an adult. I mean, if you're really hungry or greedy. I mean, I can be a bit greedy myself. You could always have more. There's plenty there. If you've got a little kid, they won't need a quarter. You know, there you go. Fill your boots. That is a very, very nice, good size, delicious chili con carne with cheese on. And I will work out the exact amount, but I reckon that's cost, I don't know, £2.50, £3 at most for that. Oh, that's with the pudding as well, which I haven't done yet. I'll be doing that in a minute. But I'll eat all that now. Anyway, I would give that 10 out of 10. I'm not saying you couldn't get a better chili con carne, but you couldn't get many that are better than that, and they cost you a lot more. Anyway, talk to you soon. Right, I'm doing the pudding now. We've got the rich and creamy everyday essentials rice pudding. Can't remember exactly. I think that only cost about 30p. Possibly a bit runnier maybe than ambrosia, but it's not ambrosia, is it? Obviously. Let me pour that in there. No, it's not. Right. That's that. And then we do the peach slices in a light syrup. Again, 30-40p, something like that. Probably if I put these two together, there'll be enough for 4. Family of 4. Unless you're all massive gut buckets. Nothing wrong with a gut bucket. Right, I'm going to pour these in there. Oh yeah, there's tons of them in there. And do you know what? You know, sometimes you get the more expensive brands and there's all nasty bits on the peaches, which is why I don't always buy peaches. I'm bringing you over. There you go. Look at those lovely peaches. Look at that nice rice. I think that's it looks as if it's a fair do, don't you? Look at that. That's big enough for a pudding for a person, isn't it? So, I will now... Hello! I will now try this. What I normally do is I chop them up and mix it all in a bit. You could even mash it right down, make a sort of peach rice. That's what I call it, peach rice. Anyway, we'll give it a go. Peaches, very soft, not too soft, but not hard. I'm sure I've spent more on some of the expensive ones, and they've not been as soft as these. And I've also had the ones that are too soft. Well, they've got, the peaches are excellent. The rice, yeah, it's not ambrosia. Don't kid yourself, it's not ambrosia, but it tastes like rice. So, thanks very much for watching. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel or do the notification bell so you don't miss the next review that I do, then that'd be great. And if you'd like to give us a thumbs up, we would very much appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and this is David Brooks signing off.